reject, retreat, and repeat. This principle says, if you start off by making a large request, in all probability, it might be rejected. Don't bargain or negotiate. Instead, move on to a smaller request. The probability that the smaller request will now be accepted is much higher than if you were to make the smaller request directly. Let's look at an experiment done by Professor Robert Cialdini from Arizona State University. He wanted to evaluate if people would agree to his request, where he wanted them to take care of some juvenile delinquencies over the weekend. He divided the subjects, college students, into two groups. He approached the first group and said,
"Will you take care of some juvenile delinquencies over the weekend?"
17% of the students agreed. Now with group 2, he said,
"Over the next 52 weeks, can you take care of some juvenile delinquencies?"
that's for the whole year. 0% agreed to this large request. Professor immediately went to the second group.
If not for the whole year, how about the coming weekend?
A much smaller request. And guess what? 54% of the students agreed. There is a jump of 200%. So, this is a reject, retreat, and repeat principle. How is it used in the industry? Imagine there is a store which sells billiard tables. The cost ranges from $300 to $3,000. A gentleman walks in and he wants to purchase a billiards table. The salesman has two options. Option 1, start small. Start with the $300 billiard table and then go up. Option 2, he starts big. He shows the $3,000 billiard table and then slowly goes down. Will you go with option 1 or will you go with option 2? Second one is the right answer. This was actually run as a scientific experiment, and it was found that when the salesman started with $3,000, there were a few customers who walked out feeling that the store was very expensive. But the average sales were $1,000. And when he started at $300, the average sale was $550. So, how do you use it? There was this manager who had outlandish ideas about what he wanted in a presentation. The employee's first response to that was,
"No, that's not possible."
then the manager would come back with a much smaller request, which the employee knows that had the manager made that request directly, he would have still said no. But given that the employee had already said no to the first request, he ended up saying
Yes.
so. Be prepared with the smaller request each time.